You want a free Ted Cruz sucks sign?
Ted Cruz?
Yeah. He does suck, right?
Yeah.
He does suck.
Yeah, he does.
Absolutely. It almost is the one thing Democrats and Republicans can agree on in this
Ted Cruz
moment.
sucks.
Absolutely.
Ted Cruz sucks.
We can all come together on one thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
Ted Cruz sucks.
Scream.
But seriously,
I love it.
Ted Cruz sucks.
It does. He does. He sucks.
He sucks.
He does.
The Republican members that are here today, what have you all done to help Joe Biden in this year that you all have waited for?
All right, so that's a ridiculous and silly question. I want to commend you for being the media and telling it Democrat policy. So let me ask you something.
Come on, man, that's been going on for 20 years. Dude.
Okay, hey, let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. What rate of illegal immigration did we have in 2020? Do you know anything? I asked you a question. Do you know anything?
How long have you been in office?
I've been in office 11 years now.
And this has been take the count during multiple administrations.
Except you're okay. You don't get to argue with me. You asked your question. You asked your question. You don't get. You want to hold a press conference? You can do it over there.
You
want to hold a press conference? You can do it over there.
How are you?
So hold on. I'm going to answer his question.
And I got to say, if they succeed, if Texas turns blue, the country's gone. The rest of the country, we don't stay up at night wondering what happens with Ohio or Florida if Texas turns blue. And so, look, I'd tell folks at home, go to tedcruz.org, tedcruz.org, tedcruz.org. We need your support and help because the Democrats have set their bullseye on my race in Texas. He's been on TV for 3 months straight with relentless attack ads. I just went on TV a couple of weeks ago. And so I want to encourage your viewers this morning. I need your help. Please go to tedcruz.org, tedcruz.org, and contribute because we are getting swamped by Chuck Schumer and George Soros. And as I said, they have put a bullseye on the state of Texas. They know if they flip Texas, if they take me out, they take the entire country. They keep the Senate Democrat. So I need your help. Please go to tedcruz.org.
Ted Cruz is panicking as new polls show him and Colin Allred are neck and neck in the Texas Senate race.
Some unexpected stuff going on in some U.S. Senate races right now. I mean, first of all, just the fact that incumbent Republicans in both Florida and Texas, these safe red states, are facing actual honest-to-goodness fights to keep their seats. Ted Cruz in Texas and Rick Scott in Florida.
Cruz has been retroactively trying to soften his stances to seem less partisan, but he's not convincing anyone.
This border deal was misguided from the beginning. Why is that? Because this deal was drafted by the Democrats. It was negotiated with the Democrats.
In 2024, will you certify the election results? Do you plan to object, or will you accept the results regardless of who wins the election?
So, Caitlin, I got to say, I think that's actually a ridiculous question.
It's a yes or no question, though.
No, it's not. Let me explain why it's a ridiculous question. It's not a question. You've ever asked a Democrat that?
Of course.
What Democrat?
But what Democrats?
Hold on a second. What Democrats challenge it?
What Democrats? I know. I've been down this road many times. But no Democrat. You cannot compare the two situations. We have talked about that. We've seen the audio of that when they protested on the Senate floor.
But hold on a second.
But has you ever had a sitting president who refused to facilitate the peaceful transition of power, refused to acknowledge that his successor won the presidency?
So, we did have a peaceful transfer of power. I was there on January 20th. I was there on the swearing-in.
Barely.
Do you hear it? It's the sound of silence. It's crickets coming from Ted Cruz.
Yeah, thank you for having me on, Katie. And, as you said, he's a content machine. I mean, he's constantly podcasting and going on, cable news. And for him to be quiet on something means that he knows that what he has done, Texas women, is a problem for him. And let's be very clear, he is singularly responsible for what we're experiencing in Texas. He put the judges at the district court level, the circuit court level, and the Supreme Court level, knowing they were going to do this. He backed in primaries here in Texas more extreme candidates, often against mainstream candidates at the state level, knowing they would put in place these laws at the state level. As you just showed, he called for and celebrated the Dobbs decision. And now when Texas women, whether it's Amanda Zurawski or Lauren Miller, both friends of mine, came to the United States Senate to testify before his committee, he didn't show up. And when Texas outlets are reaching out to him to get responses to what's happening in our state, he won't respond. But on November 5th, He's going to hear from those Texas women and from our state when we beat them.
Colin Allred has been busy on the campaign trail, raising over $60 million and discussing his policies wherever he gets the opportunity. Ted Cruz, on the other hand, seems to be in hiding, allegedly dodging 8 separate interview requests from the Texas Tribune while begging for donations on Fox News. I guess he has time for them.
Go to tedcruz.org, tedcruz.org, tedcruz.org.
Ted Cruz is so hated that a bipartisan group of prominent politicians, including AOC, Bernie Sanders, Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, have all endorsed Allred. And while seating Ted Cruz won't be easy, Democrats are throwing everything they have at the race. While I can only speak for myself, my fingers are definitely crossed.
When you click the join button and become a Tier 2 member, you get access to all of our weekly top 10 lists. What are you waiting for?